Welcome to week 8 of Veg Out with Sylvia. We are at the halfway mark. So, in this week's CSA, we've got some fun, yummy, colorful veggies. So we've got some wonderful beans. We've got some bok choy. We have some nice leaf lettuce, some corn, some yellow squash, some tomatoes, a green pepper, some nice beautiful basil, some Tuscan kale, and some melon. And I think I'm gonna make some sorbet out of this melon. All right, so this week's featured veggie is our corn. All right, and corn actually means a hard little thing, and we call it corn, but it's also called maize, and it was introduced to us by the indigenous people of Mexico about like 10,000 years ago, okay? When you're buying your corn, and this one I cut, you want to look for an ear that's nice and plump and firm. The husk should be nice and bright and moist. The tassel, which is this, should also be like a golden color. If it's black, that means your corn's a little on the older side, and it should be somewhat like moist, okay? So the corn is actually a grass, and what you're eating is the plant's seed. So you don't see a pot of boiling water on my stove. We're not gonna boil this. We are going to microwave, oh my goodness, our corn, okay? Why are we microwaving? Well, I mean, a lot of people have microwaves, and it's a nice way of retaining all of your nutrients and vitamins and minerals in your vegetables, believe it or not, okay? So I've soaked my corn in a little bit of water for about 5 minutes, and I'm gonna microwave my corn for about 3 minutes, and that's how we're gonna cook it. And we'll come back in about 3 minutes. All right, so our corn has microwaved for 3 minutes each ear of corn. And I didn't have to use any water. If you wanted to boil it, you absolutely could. It just needs a minute to boil with a little bit of sugar, with lots of boiling water. Or you can also roast your corn at 350 for 30 minutes. All right, we're gonna make some corn salsa. We're gonna use some red onion. You can also use white. We're gonna use some scallions. You can also use chives. This is sweet red peppers. You can use any color. This is a jalapeno that I have roasted. So we're gonna add a little bit of that. And we're gonna add some cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, you can use the basil that we got. That's totally fine. You know, you use what you like, all right? And we're just going to give this a little dice. Oh. My cameraman's giving my knife cuts a look over. All right. Do our scallion. You know, I like the microwave option because, like I said, everyone's got a microwave. If you've got an ear of corn, you can make a quick salsa for wherever you're going. When you're doing your herbs, I like to just roll them up really tightly. Okay. And the thing about corn, it's about 76% water, about 19-20% carbs, 3% protein, and about 1% fat, which is why sometimes your corn products can go rancid, because it does have a little bit of fat, okay? So if you have like corn flour, whatever. whatever you don't use, you actually want to put in the freezer. Okay. And I'm just taking the little innards out. And we're gonna make strips. You don't have to use, like I said, red pepper. You could use any color. And if you like tomato, you could add tomato in this. If you wanted, you could also add some avocado. I don't think the recipe that is behind me has this listed. My lovely cameraman is letting me know that, and that's okay. A recipe, remember, is a guide. You change it to your preference, okay? I happen to love tomatoes, but my son doesn't, so we're gonna omit the tomatoes today. He really loves beans, but we're gonna omit the beans. But if you wanted to add beans, you totally could. It's okay. All right, and I have roasted my jalapeno already. What does that mean? Well, I took my jalapeno, I turned my gas burner on, and I roasted it until it was all black on the outside, and then I removed the charred skin. So it's nice and soft, and this way I know if I am biting into soft jalapeno, that means it's hot and spicy. All right, you can omit this, you can add more. The roasting gives it a nice little charred flavor as well. And if you don't, but you have pickled jalapenos, you can absolutely use the pickled stuff too. That'll give it a nice kind of like acidic twang. All right, so we have all of our fun veg. We're gonna add that. And now we're gonna add our, and cut our corn. And look at that, it is beautiful. We have nice tight kernels. Now there's a few ways you can cut corn. You can cut it on your cutting board and just kind of go around the ear like that. And this is pretty hot. Just watch your fingers, okay? Ooh. It is very hot. Okay, what you can also do is just hold the top of it and then with your knife go all the way down. And then if you want, there's like a little bit of residual corn behind. If you wanted to get that out, just use and run the back of your knife with that. And sometimes it goes everywhere, okay? What you can also do is, this is super hot, okay, as you see the steam coming off of it. You can hold it in a container and just get any like soup bowl and just crush it, and then you're gonna cut it like that. But I'm just gonna use the cutting board because I'm not gonna dirty another container. All right. So we're just gonna go around, cut our corn. Don't burn yourself like like I am. Maybe you should you know, microwave your corn for 3 minutes and maybe let it cool for 5, okay? It's better. All right. That corn is hot. So we're gonna stick this into our bowl. And now we're going to season it with, let's see, a little bit of salt. A little bit of, like a half teaspoon of sugar. We're gonna add some oil, not too much. That was maybe like a tablespoon. And some lime juice that I've already juiced. And we're just gonna give it a stir. And this is great. Our corn went from our farm right to our table, which is beautiful. We've captured all of the beautiful sugars. And the longer your corn sits in your refrigerator, those sugars turn to starches. So you really want to cook your corn as soon as possible. All right, and that is beautiful. It has all these wonderful looking colors. So we are gonna give this a try. It's sweet and tangy. It's got a little bit of spice and smokiness. It's a winner. Get some tortillas, make some beautiful corn, enjoy, have a beautiful day. I love you all.